The session, you will get the recording soon. Now, I'm going to show you practical things which work, things which don't work. I'm not from Microsoft. I don't sell any software. My job is to work with customers and make their life more efficient. That's all I do. I've been doing that for 34 years. I speak frankly, don't take it personally. Whatever I say is based on what I've actually seen in the field. And if someone else is doing the mistake, what is usually talked about is best practices, correct? Worst practices are never discussed, and that also I discuss, because then from someone else's mistake, you can learn. So with that, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to show you is this picture, which you are already seeing. What is the idea? This was created using text to AI, obviously, text to image. So the most common question I get is, what is the prompt? So let me show you the prompt. Read it. This was done using Copilot. Next. I'm not going to show you PPT, I'll show you demos, but to save time, some demos will be screenshots. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I do have a backup laptop, Abdul. Let's get the backup laptop. I'll try to restart. And nobody got fooled, right? This is a PPT, by the way. So idea is, if the presenter fails on stage, people love it. So even if you know it is a failure or it's a fake failure, people love it. I have this PPT, you can download it from my blog and you can use it in your environment. So I have already added value. So many things we want to cover. I'm going to do assorted things. What does that mean? No logical flow kind of thing. So I have many topics. I'll jump from topic to topic. But first I need to talk about this AI Copilot confusion. What does that mean? For decades, we have been trying to create or use products which work like this. This is Excel, by the way. There are lots of menus, lots of options. Most of them we don't know, because what we know, we think is enough, and what we don't know is useless. So we never look at them. But whatever we know, we know. So I know this will make it bold. This will make it left aligned. Life is going on very fine. Now the problem is, this will make it left aligned whether I click on it one time or 200 times. It does only one job. And that's how I've learned everything. So now we have thousands of features. I know where to click, what happens. Now comes Copilot. It adds some feature. How many features does it add? Not thousands. One feature. One text box. Now we had thousands of features. We are underutilizing them. Now apply your skill and think, how will I underutilize one feature? It's a very challenging thing to do. Right? So what happens there is, because it's a text box, if I want something, I'll ask. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. If I don't know it is capable of doing something, I will not ask. It is capable. It could have given me a solution, but I thought it is not capable, so I didn't ask. So that's loss of opportunity. So if you have Copilot, what should you do? First thing you should go to is prompt library. It's a curated list of prompts, around 400 plus, keeps growing. Go there, log in, and look at all the prompts. It's a long list. Have patience. Half an hour of your life is well spent there. Scroll, read, scroll, read. Now, if you like something, please do not do it. Just bookmark it, because then you will miss out on the rest of the list. So go through the whole list, bookmark them, then you go to your bookmarks and practice them. That's how this is a good jump start. The second thing is, of course, we have business practices, departments. There's a scenario library by department. It's not a complete list, because there cannot be a complete list. Every company is different, but this is a good start. Under every category, there are different topics available. For every process, it has broken it down step by step. And in every step, it is showing you which aspect of Microsoft platform can be used effectively. So that's how it's a good jump start. And once you go through this, you will automatically start getting ideas relevant to your environment, because you have to see something happening, only then you can relate to it. So coming back, we have talked about security. I'll come to that later, but let me show you some nice prompts. Now, here is one thing. Many people think I'm from this industry. This is my specialization. This is my area of expertise. Will Copilot understand that? So remember, it has ingested everything publicly available. So there is no topic which is alien to it. But it doesn't understand one thing. Copilot or any GenAI for that matter doesn't understand one thing for sure. What is that? What you want. So unless you communicate that clearly and in great detail, it's not going to give you desired answers. And that simple common sense is unnecessarily made complicated by calling it prompt engineering. You just talk to it properly. That's all. Right? So here is an example. Many people do summary of emails. I'm sure all of you do. Nothing great there. Now, what did I ask? Can you see at the back? Can you see at the back? I can zoom more if you want. So, analyze all my emails, meetings, and chats. No time limit, no specific topic. Categorize the kind of work I do and calculate percentage. There is no limit. I have thousands of mails. I don't know how many chats. It actually did it. This is real. It told me this is the kind of work I do. So for the first time in life, I've been doing this for 34 years. I understood what I do. Because with this clarity, nobody had told. Who will tell me? Yes, technically I can go to my Exchange mailbox, connect it through Excel or Power BI and do analysis. But I have not done it. I know how to do it. But here, with one sentence, I got a better picture of my life. And then I asked it, what can I do better? Sometimes what happens if you are expert at something, you may miss something completely different but obvious. So I asked it, what am I missing completely? It said, I didn't find anything related to project management in whatever you do. And that's true because most of the jobs I do work is like workshops or short assignment. There's no real project management need. But it did find that, So that's one example. The other one is, of course, we do meeting summaries. But here, before the meeting, what happens? I just asked, when is my next meeting? Now, let me tell you, this is a very stupid prompt. Why? Because if I want to know what is my next meeting, I go to calendar. I can see the meeting. Why should I ask Copilot? Because of a reason. Calendar will tell me what is the next meeting. But Copilot, apart from knowing what is my next meeting, has access to all my emails, all my chats, all my documents, and it is having the intelligence to correlate them. So it didn't just tell me this is your meeting. It says you want to prepare. Here is what you should do. It figured out what to do from various different things which I had not included in the prompt. It's giving me a list. And then it said, oh, there are some files, there are some emails. Do you want to read them? Then it realized that this session is about Copilot meeting. It says, do you want a list of topics you want to cover for Copilot? I said, okay, go ahead. It gave me that also. So this prompt was not given by me. I put a prompt, I got an answer, then I got more prompts. They were so relevant, I used them. And then it gave me whatever I should talk about. In the process, it found another PPT which is related. Now it's showing me the PPT. But it knows I'm incompetent, so most probably I'm not going to read the PPT. So it's saying, should you summarize? I will summarize it. So now, with lesser effort, I am more prepared for the meeting. So it's not just time saving. It's time saving plus better business impact. So whenever we are quantifying the value, don't just look at time saving and multiply. That intangible benefit is usually more important. All right. Next, another prompt. All of us know that we can refer to files in all this. So what kind of files? Typically, you go to the prompt / search for the file. Half the time, you don't find the file. Am I right? That has been the experience in Copilot. The reason is the list which comes is called MRU, most recently used. If there is a file which you have not touched for 10 years, it is not going to appear. But you can refer to it. Now there is an upload button. Never mind. But if I have multiple files to refer to, I have 5 files maximum as of today. Why should I open 5 files? Why should I find the references? The files is on OneDrive, hopefully. So go to OneDrive. So here is a demo. I have a job description for graphic design. I have selected some resumes. The names are also interesting if you understand Hindi movies. And then after selecting them, I said, okay, compare these and find the best one. That's it. I have not opened a single file and then it does it. You see what it did? It gave a rating to everyone, found the candidate for me. And then in the process, it also created a nice table. I didn't say what to put in the table, what to compare. It figured out what to do it. This is one prompt. This is not just time saving. This is empowerment. And let me also address one concern. If I was the recruiter and I see this demo, am I going to feel threatened that my job is at stake? No. As a recruiter, I can handle more volume of recruitment in the limited time available, and I'll do better quality recruitment. So I will deliver better despite this apparently looking like my competitor. So as you see more and more demos, keep asking the question, is it threatening someone's job or is it empowering someone? All right, now here is a non-Copilot thing, but I really want to show it because most of you suffer from this. Every day we search something or the other. Mail, chat, this, that. Most often we search where to search because I don't know whether it is on OneDrive or in Teams or local drive or chat or email. So I have no problem. I search in 5 places happily. 15 minutes gone, I get salary for it. Nobody cares. That's how the entire world is working for decades. Search is inefficient, but Microsoft has given you a better search, which nobody has noticed. Go to office.com, log in using corporate ID. There is a search box there. Nobody has ever clicked on it. Whichever programmer must have written that search box must be depressed by now because nobody clicked on it. Forget about appreciating it. So click on it and look at what it does. It looks at all the files I have access to, including OneDrive, SharePoint, Teams, not local drive. Nothing should be on local drive now. Everything should be on cloud because when you put it on cloud, anyway, there is a sync copy on local drive. You're not losing anything. You're gaining everything. SharePoint or intranet sites, global address list, SharePoint news, messages means email, chat, meetings, images, videos. Videos, you'll say, I don't have too many videos. You have, because all meeting recordings are videos and Power BI reports. So all this in one stroke you could search. So please, if you don't listen to anything I said, start searching from here tomorrow. Life will be better and more effective. Next, meetings. Now, while we are at it, might as well talk about meetings. But before I do that, let me show you another one. There is the Excel Copilot is getting a lot of bad blood because it is evolving. And there is a reason. Excel was written by Microsoft, correct? Microsoft has entire data estate, fabric, data warehousing, everything is there. Still, why is Microsoft taking time to mature the Excel Copilot? Word Copilot is nice, PowerPoint is nice, Outlook is nice. What is wrong with Excel Copilot? There is nothing wrong with Excel per se. There is everything wrong with the way people manage Excel. Because most people put data the way they feel like. There is no standard about how to capture data, how to analyze data, what should be the columns, what are the requirements for clean data. So it is so unstructured that any AI is going to struggle with it. That's why Excel Copilot is not at the same level as other Copilots. But I'll give you an answer right here. So I have a balance sheet and this is in Excel. If I ask Excel Copilot, it's not going to do it. It'll give you some answer, but that's useless. So now most people get disgusted, disappointed and give up. Don't do that. Excel Copilot cannot do it. Copilot can do it. That's the difference. So what am I doing? I'm copying this file. We're copying the data, paste it in Word. Now because I want to analyze that balance sheet, I want a descriptive thing about how is the health of this company. Is it a good investment target? Whatever it is. So I'm asking that. Analyze this balance sheet and assess the financial health of the company. Whom am I asking? Word. Doesn't matter. Word created this. Word Copilot created this. Balance sheet analysis. Now, I didn't ask it to create ratios. It created ratios. It is telling me how to use a ratio in case I'm so dumb that I don't know what is liquidity. Then it calculated the ratios, created a table, and now it's interpreting that table. And all this is happening with one prompt. So if something doesn't happen in Excel Copilot, try it in Word or in chat, 100% it will happen beyond your expectations. And at the end, it is giving me an overall conclusion as well, saying whatever is the status of the company. So try it out with your data and let me know. All right, next. Here is another one, correlation of files. I have a corporate, we did an offsite. We decided this year we are going to focus on expansion, growth, this, that. These are the goals for this year. PPT. Now I am going to tie up with another company for some partnership. This is a proposal I have to accept or reject. And the requirement is it should align with our goals. They're two completely different documents. So now what do? I go to a blank document and say, check if this proposal, refer to it, is aligning with the goals. That's it. I didn't say where it is, which slide. It figured out what to do. It created a nice table, gave a rating based on the alignment, explaining why it is giving the rating, and overall it is giving me a final picture. Now, whether to act on it or not, that's absolutely my discretion. But this not only saved me time, I could do more by analyzing this and try to increase the alignment in say employee welfare, in which case that partner may also have some better employee welfare because they want this partnership. So it's beyond time saving, beyond standard operational excellence. It's a way of thinking, it's empowerment. Okay, now this one. This is the biggest problem. Nobody has solved it. Let me solve it now. So if I ask anybody, where do you do meetings? Everyone will say we block calendar, okay? And meeting happens in Teams, Google, Zoom, whatever you like. Doesn't matter. Now that is a wrong impression. That's the impression everyone has, whatever tool you use. But that's wrong. So I'm going to show so many things. Where is agenda negotiated? Organizer has written the agenda. I can't edit it, so I have to say reply all. And then reply all to reply all. And then collaterals. I have to send a collateral saying, read this and come. After 30 years also, I have not understood that nobody is going to read and come, but I am still trying. So I send collateral how? Go to calendar, right click, reply all, another set of mails. Life is going on. Like that, notes come, minutes of meeting come next day. Everything is reply all. So where is meeting managed? Oh, it's going to a dumping ground called inbox, which we are happily living with for 40 years. Whichever platform you are on, this is the state of affairs. Am I right or wrong? So where is the efficiency? We have got used to inefficiency so much. So remember, if everyone has a disease, it's not called pandemic, it's called normal. That is what has happened to us because we just got used to it and everyone is like that. I'm like that, my boss like that, my competitor like that. So it's okay. I'm getting salary. But then at least for individual excellence, you should think of it and try to improve. So idea is stop doing this. Before, during, after, everything can happen using Teams. Already you are using Teams, but you don't know all these aspects can happen in Teams. So how do we do that? Meetings without emails. That's the motto. Some part of it will happen with Copilot, but even without Copilot, this is possible. So how do I go about doing it? Very quickly, I'll show you the process. So here I have normal calendar. I create a meeting, but do not put agenda in Outlook. Just save it, send it. Now go to Outlook. Teams calendar, open the same meeting because there is an amazing feature here called agenda. Click on that and now add your agenda here. Why should I add the agenda? I have written it there. Because this agenda can be edited by all invitees. No need to send email, no reply all. And there is full audit trail, versioning, everything. Behind the scenes, it's a SharePoint file. Now, okay, very good. I want to send a collateral to read. No problem. Right click on the meeting, chat with participants, upload it. People can read it. Of course, nobody is going to read it, but you tried. Now, when you go into the meeting, half the time people come and ask, what is the agenda? Have you noticed that? So those people are automatically served because when you join the meeting, agenda comes up front. If I come late, something was done, I know. Another very common lacuna. Minutes of meeting are taken, but they reach you later, correct? After a day, whatever. When the minutes of meeting comes, everyone is dancing with joy. Let me read minutes of meeting. Nobody is going to read it. And if there is something misrepresented, something wrongly shown, something omitted, nobody is going to notice it on time. And even if you notice it, meeting is over. So why don't you take notes here? These notes are visible to everyone in the meeting and editable by everyone with full audit trail and track changes. So at least concise notes you can take here so that the meeting is more effective. And then finally, action items. Action items come later as an Excel attachment and everyone cribs that I didn't get a reminder. Correct? So here is the rule generally in life. If you use the wrong tool in the wrong place and expect the right outcome, that is not going to happen. Excel is not designed for task management, so it's not going to give you a reminder. People have written macros to do that. So there is inefficiency. We are automating inefficiency. Don't do that. Use the right tool. This is the right tool. You put the action item there. Put the name of the person there. No problem. And you can even put names of people who are not in the meeting. They will also get that. And then that's it. When the meeting is over, life is good. So everyone has everything related to the meeting as a part of the meeting. That's the bottom line. Now afterwards, I want to see something. Again, go to that, chat with participants. The meeting is still there. All the action items are there. Notes are there. Life is good. Even if you had used meeting whiteboard, that whiteboard is alive. It's not a bitmap. Meeting got over. Brainstorming, why should it get over? Let it continue. So that's alive. Now the only problem is, all this is great, but now I got one task from this meeting, another task from, I attend 30 meetings in a month. Now, am I supposed to double click on 30 meetings? Most people will happily double click 30 times because they're used to it. But no, whenever you think it is, I am helping the software rather than software helping me, that means there is a better way. So what is the better way? Go to Outlook. This is To-Do app, also available on mobile. And there if I go, I get a direct section called Assign to Me. So like I put tasks in Outlook, in Meeting. Like that you can delegate tasks in email using the same method, loop tasks. And in chat, in channels, everywhere. So all those tasks automatically get consolidated. So when I want to see where is my task list, I go to My Tasks and Tasks Assigned to Me. Because everyone has clear visibility of the workload without any extra effort, obviously execution will be better. So that is what I mean, meetings without emails. So please try it out and let me know your response. I'm not going to go through all of them. Let me see what I should show next. How much time do I have? Yeah, security, privacy already covered, but little bit extra. Now, one worry people have is because Copilot has access to all my data, what is the security about that? So another misconception or rather lack of awareness is OpenAI is a separate company, right? They created ChatGPT. Copilot is using ChatGPT finally. Now, whatever you say, my data is eventually going to OpenAI as a separate company, correct? What is the guarantee of my data? Safety, privacy, whatever. Now, the idea is that is not correct. What is correct? Yes, Microsoft is using OpenAI latest model, but it is an Azure OpenAI instance, means it's a copy of the entire ChatGPT system in Microsoft data center, in your tenant, in your geography. That is why Microsoft can guarantee data security, privacy. If it was on some other company, they have no control, even if they invested whatever billion. So, second thing is, OpenAI has no access to it. Very important thing to understand. And then I'm not going to go through this diagram yet. But another thing, many of you currently may or may not have Copilot. That's fine. Some of you will buy Copilot, but eventually every user is probably not going to get Copilot, practically speaking, the paid version. But then what people are doing, it's fashionable to at least say I'm using AI nowadays. So they'll go to IT, say give me some AI. IT will say, sorry, AI is bad. You leak data there. I'm going to block it. So most IT people block GenAI. GenAI dead. Now what are the users going to do? Of course they know IT is going to block me. There's always a fight between security and productivity. Who wins? Who wins? Security or productivity? Security, because there is a team managing security. They can fight. Nobody is managing productivity. Who will fight? People just keep quiet. I'm the CEO, but this person said, no, sir, security problem. Okay, sir, it's quiet. Like that. So what you should actually do is promote safe GenAI. How do you do that? I'll give you the details later, but in admin, there is a direct one setting which allows you to put the Copilot icon in office.com, even if you don't have Copilot license. And when people click on it, they are already logged into office.com, Office means Azure AD or Entra. So with corporate ID, they will log into free version of Copilot. And because of that, they will get enterprise data protection. Now, what does enterprise data protection mean? This. And if you want to see details, scan the QR code. So what does practically it mean? It will not be used for AI training and all that. All your security compliance, DLP policies will apply as expected. And what? Copyright protection, which you already mentioned. So there is no litigation you have to worry about. Microsoft will manage it on your behalf. All right. So let's come back. That's about, the other part is about cost. So what do we do about cost? I don't sell, but of course there is, you have to pay $30. So I will tell you how to evaluate the cost versus benefit after this. But one thing people have not realized in the context of any product, I would say not just Microsoft, usually the cost in the product pricing list is constant, but the features keep increasing. And because Copilot is a new product, the speed with which new features are coming is extremely fast. So what should we do? Go to Microsoft Roadmap. That's another QR code. This is a list filtered on Copilot. In last 6 or 8 months, 222 new features are coming. Now, suppose you purchase Copilot and you are using it already for 1 year. Most probably, you have no idea what these 222 are. So it's important to proactively manage what is coming new and have a system in place to make sure that is fully utilized. That way, your ROI is increasing. And how do you do that? Well, the question is not how do you do that. The bigger question is who will do that. All of you have Office 365, right? Correct? So let me quickly show you what is Office 365 and then ask you a question. What is the question? Let me show you Office 365 first. Most people in the organization already are using Office 365, so nothing new. But if I ask you, what are these icons? You think of your users and tell me, will they be able to tell me the names of these icons? Let me just bring it here so that I can see it better. Where are the icons gone? Oh, yeah. This is Office 365. Any version, P1, F1 also has this. Now you think, you go to any user who has already been given license 5 years back and ask them what are these icons and hide the names. Most of them will not know. So Copilot is sitting on top of these. So if you don't use the platform fully, Copilot is also helpless in that context. So utilizing what you have is very, very important. And who is going to do that? Currently, it is in nobody's KRA or KPI or JD to increase productivity by using Office tools, despite the fact that we spend at least 50% of time every day on these tools. So who is going to do that? That's a very important question. I will answer that and then finish. Idea is very simple. Someone has to do this process. What is that process? Proactively learn everything. Maybe it's full to me or not, doesn't matter. I am the empowerment. I am the ambassador. I am the catalyst. Learn it. Think, where can I apply it in my business context? My team, other team, doesn't matter. Then if I find the potential beneficiary, create a best practice or SOP. And then with the help of bosses, send that standardized SOP to everyone. That way, every feature is being converted to business benefit. Now the question is, who is going to do it? Currently, nobody is doing it. Someone has to be assigned for that. Now, who is going to assign those people? Bosses. So go to all departmental heads, show them this concept and ask them to give you 2 people per department or something like that. Now form a team, and this group of people should be officially allowed to spend whatever number of hours every month to follow this process. And when they follow this, they will come up with a set of SOPs. You can even gamify that, give them prizes, give them some recognition. And then every month or every 15 days, every person in leadership is telling users down the line, this is the use case, this is how we were doing it earlier, and this is the best way to do it. So without traditional training, which anyway fizzles out after a month, which is optional, so a subset of people get subset of knowledge and it has no impact. This is sustained benefit and incremental benefit. So try this out and let me know how it works for you. So with that, I'm going to stop talking. Thank you for your patience. Pleasure.